there is a quiet ache that sometimes visits in the deep of the night. It isn't loud or demanding. It's more like the ghost of a scent from a country you've never visited, a whisper of a language you've never learned. It's the feeling of roads not taken, of flights not boarded, of shores seen only in pictures. It is the gentle, persistent question of what if, a map of beautiful possibilities that seems to glow softly in the dark. We often push this feeling away, seeing it as a sign of failure or a source of pain. But tonight, we will do something different. We will welcome it. We will treat it not as a reminder of what was missed, but as the starting point for a different kind of journey altogether. Before we begin, just a quick moment. Write in the comments which part of this world you're listening from right now, and what time it is where you are. I'm curious. Are you listening in the quiet of late night? Or perhaps in the early morning hours when sleep hasn't come yet? Just leave a word or two, and then settle in. Because this time right now, is entirely yours. What if this profound longing for the world outside of us is actually a deep, resonant call to explore the world within us? What if every unvisited city, every unseen mountain range, has a corresponding landscape inside your own being, waiting to be discovered? Tonight, we won't be needing a passport or a ticket. We will not be traveling across oceans or continents. Instead, we will journey through the vast, unexplored country of the self, uncovering its hidden geographies, its quiet forests, and its deep, peaceful oceans. By the end of our time together, you may find that the richest travels are not those that cover miles, but those that deepen your connection to the here and now. So let's begin this journey inward. Find the position that feels most like home for your body right now. Perhaps lying on your back, feeling the solid support of the surface beneath you, or curled on your side, held in a gentle embrace by gravity. There is no right or wrong way to be. This is your journey, and your comfort is the first step. Allow your eyes to close if they haven't already. The darkness behind your eyelids is not an emptiness, but a canvas. It is the quiet, fertile ground from which this inner exploration will begin. Let's start by acknowledging the travels you have already completed today. Even on the quietest of days, we are in constant motion. Think of the journey from your bed this morning, the steps taken from one room to another. Each step was a tiny voyage. The trip to the kitchen, the walk to a window to see the sky, the path your thoughts took as you moved through your tasks. These were all travels. And now, the longest journey of the day is complete. The journey back to this place of rest. You have arrived. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to do. You can let go of the momentum of the day, just as a ship glides into a calm harbor and finally allows its engines to fall silent. Feel the gentle weight of your body settling. Notice the points of contact between you and the surface beneath you. Your heels, your legs, your hips, your back and shoulders, the back of your head. At each of these points, imagine you are releasing a small, invisible anchor into the deep, quiet earth below, letting go of any need to hold yourself up. You are fully supported. You are completely held. Now, bring your awareness to your feet. They have carried you through all the day's journeys, big and small. Silently, thank them. And then, give them permission to be completely still. Feel any lingering tension in your arches, or your toes begin to soften, to dissolve like footprints being washed away by a gentle tide. Allow this wave of softness to travel upward into your ankles and your calves, releasing the memory of walking, of standing, of striving. Your lower legs can now be at complete ease, heavy and warm and relaxed. This feeling of release continues to flow, moving into your knees and your thighs. These powerful muscles that propel you through the world can now surrender their strength. Let them go limp and soft. Feel the immense relief in this letting go. You are not moving toward anything anymore. You are simply arriving more and more deeply into this present moment. Bring your gentle attention now to your hips, your pelvis, and your lower back. This is often where we carry the unseen weight of our day, the tensions of sitting, of worrying, of holding ourselves together. Visualize that weight as a heavy cloak you've been wearing, and with your next exhale, just let it slide off. Feel the space and ease that enters in its place, a deep sense of grounding, of stability. Your foundation is secure. You are safe. The wave of relaxation continues its journey upward, spreading across your stomach and your chest. Notice the gentle, rhythmic movement here, the rise and fall of your breath. This is the quiet engine of your being, and it requires no effort from you. It is a natural, peaceful rhythm, like the gentle lapping of water against a quiet shore. With each exhale, feel your torso softening a little more, letting go of any tightness around your heart, any knots of anxiety in your solar plexus. Let it all go. There is nothing to protect, nothing to brace for. Here, in this space, you are perfectly safe. Allow this softness to flow out into your shoulders. Let them drop away from your ears, releasing the burdens they have been accustomed to carrying. That weight was never yours to hold forever. Let it dissolve into the air around you. Feel the release travel down your arms, through your elbows and forearms, all the way to your hands and the very tips of your fingers. Your hands, which have been holding and doing and working all day, can now rest. Let them be open and soft, holding nothing at all. Let them simply be. Finally, bring your awareness to your neck, your jaw, and your face. Unclench your teeth, letting a tiny space appear between them. Soften the muscles around your mouth and your eyes. Smooth out the space between your eyebrows, the place where focus and concern so often gather. Let your entire face become smooth, serene, and peaceful, like the surface of a perfectly still lake at dusk. Your whole body is now in a state of deep repose. You have guided it, step by step, into this sanctuary of stillness. You have honored its journeys and given it the gift of complete rest. This is the first landscape we explore on our inward journey, the landscape of physical peace. From this quiet place, we can begin to explore everything else. You have arrived. Welcome. In the deep quiet of this settled body, a new kind of awareness can begin to emerge. It's here, in the space between breaths, that we can finally perceive the things we are usually too busy to notice. And perhaps, if you listen very closely, you can sense it now. On the nightstand of your mind, there rests a book. It isn't made of paper or ink, and it has no physical weight, yet you know its presence intimately. This is the Ghost Atlas. Its pages are woven from daydreams and late-night wishes. Its maps are drawn with an invisible ink of longing. This atlas holds every journey you ever yearned to take. Turn a translucent page. Here is the map of a city where you imagined yourself wandering through ancient cobblestone streets at dawn, the air smelling of rain and baking bread. Another page reveals the coastline you dreamed of walking, the sound of the waves, a constant, soothing companion. Here is the mountain range you long to see, its peaks touching the sky of impossible blue. Here is the quiet cafe where you pictured yourself sitting for hours with a book, just watching the world go by in a language you didn't understand but felt in your heart. This ghost atlas is filled with such places. It is a catalog of beautiful possibilities, a library of lives you could have lived. For a long time, perhaps opening this atlas has brought a sting of sadness. Each map felt like a testament to a failure, a reminder of a limitation, a chapter of your life left unwritten. The weight of this book, invisible as it is, may have felt immense, pressing down on your spirit. But tonight, we will learn to read this atlas in a new light. Consider this. What if this atlas is not a book of regrets, but a museum of your heart's capacity for wonder? What if each map is not a mark of where you didn't go, but proof of your ability to dream, to imagine, to connect with the beauty of this world, even from afar? The existence of this atlas means you have a soul that is open and curious and alive. It is a sign of a spirit that yearns for connection, for experience, for the sheer, breathtaking beauty of existence. It is not a story of lack. It is the story of a deep and profound love for a world you have held so tenderly in your mind. These imagined journeys are not failures. They are beautiful phantoms of possibility, luminous and delicate. They are testaments to the vastness of your own inner world. They are the art your soul created from whispers and photographs and stories. And like any work of art, they are not meant to cause you pain, but to be appreciated for the beauty they hold. So let us hold this ghost atlas with reverence tonight, not with sorrow. Let us honor the part of you that was able to dream so vividly, to feel so deeply. Now, let's take this a step further. This feeling, this echo of the ghost atlas, it doesn't just live in the mind. It often has a home somewhere in the body. So I invite you now to do a gentle scan. Where in your physical self do you feel the whisper of these maps? For some, it's a tightness in the chest, a hollow ache around the heart. For others, it's a lump in the throat, a feeling of unspoken words. It might be a nervous energy in the stomach or a heaviness in the shoulders. There is no right answer. Just gently, lovingly notice. Where does this feeling reside in you? Once you have found it, or even if you just have a vague sense of it, simply rest your awareness there. We are not going to try to fix it, or change it, or push it away. We are simply going to be with it, and we are going to breathe. With your next inhalation, imagine your breath is a soft, warm, gentle light. It's the color of candlelight or early morning sun. And as you breathe in, guide this warm light directly to that place in your body where the feeling rests. The light doesn't come to erase the feeling. It comes as a kind gesture of acknowledgement. It surrounds the feeling, holding it with infinite tenderness and compassion. The light says, "I see you. I know you are here, and you are welcome to be here." And then, as you exhale, just let the breath leave your body, naturally and softly. And with it, release only one thing: the struggle. You are not releasing the feeling itself, but the resistance to it, the story that it is wrong, the tension you've been holding around it. Imagine the exhale is a gentle, sighing sound of surrender, a quiet letting go of the fight. Let's try that again. A slow, Gentle breath in, bringing warm, compassionate light to that place inside you. Holding it there for just a moment, a quiet meeting, a moment of pure acceptance, and then a long, slow, soft exhale, releasing the effort, releasing the judgment, and allowing the muscles around that area to soften just a little bit more. Breathing in kindness, breathing out the struggle, inhaling acceptance, exhaling resistance. With each cycle of breath, you are changing your relationship with this feeling. You are transforming it from an unwelcome intruder into a quiet companion that you are learning to understand. You are letting it know that it doesn't need to shout to be heard. You are listening now, with gentleness and with grace. The Ghost Atlas is still there, on the nightstand of your mind, but perhaps its pages feel a little lighter now. Its maps glow, not with the sharp light of regret, but with the soft, warm light of your own compassionate awareness. It is a part of your story, a beautiful and poignant part. And tonight, you are learning to hold it without being burdened by it. You are learning to read its pages as poetry, not as an invoice of debt. And that, in itself, is a profound journey home. As we continue to breathe with this feeling, holding it in a space of gentle acceptance, we can now dare to look at it a little more closely. What is this feeling really? Beyond the label of regret, at its very core, what is its nature? Let us give it a name that honors its depth. Let's call it the weight of unused wings. Imagine for a moment that folded neatly behind your shoulder blades, you have a pair of magnificent wings. They are intricately designed, woven from the very fabric of your curiosity, your passion, and your capacity for wonder. Their feathers hold the colors of every sunrise you ever wish to see, the texture of every foreign wind you ever long to feel on your skin. They are powerful. They are beautiful. They are undeniably yours. And for so long, they have remained folded. This weight you feel, this quiet ache, is not the pain of their absence. It is the sorrow of their presence, unused. It's the feeling of potential energy, of a profound capacity for flight that has not yet been fully realized in the way you once imagined. It is a feeling of being tethered when you were born to soar. And it's so important to acknowledge that this feeling is real, and it is valid. There is a genuine sorrow in limitation, a true grief in the closing of doors. We live in a world that tells us we can do anything, be anyone, go anywhere. And when our reality doesn't match that boundless promise, it's easy to feel as though we have failed. We see the journeys of others splashed across screens, a constant parade of vistas and experiences. And in the quiet of our own lives, the weight of our own unused wings can feel particularly heavy. The world can feel vast and full of wonders, and our own small corner of it can suddenly seem confining. So let's not pretend this feeling isn't painful. Let's not try to spiritually bypass it with premature positivity. Let's sit with the truth of it. Let's honor the grief. Feel that weight in your body, the heaviness in your chest, the tension in your back. This is the physical sensation of those folded wings. They are not a deformity. They are not a mistake. They are a part of your magnificent anatomy. Their weight is a testament to their existence, to their power. And this is the great turning point, the beginning of the metamorphosis. We can start to transform our relationship with this feeling. we can begin to see it not as a burden to be discarded, but as a sign of a deeply feeling, deeply loving heart. Think about it. This pain only exists because you are capable of imagining such beauty. A person with no curiosity, no desire for connection, no sense of wonder would never feel this. They would have no ghost atlas. They would feel no weight of unused wings. The fact that you feel this means your spirit is vibrant and expansive. It is a sign that your soul is tuned to the frequency of beauty. This ache is the echo of your own magnificence. It is proof that you have a heart big enough to hold the whole world in its imagination. So, could we reframe this? Instead of saying, "I regret that I did not travel," could we say, "My heart holds a beautiful and powerful capacity for wonder that it expressed through a longing to see the world"? Instead of, "I feel limited and stuck," could we try, "My spirit is so vast that it feels the pull of every horizon, even from a place of stillness"? This is not a trick of the mind. It is a shift in perspective. It's like looking at a mountain from the valley floor versus seeing it from the sky. The mountain is the same, but the view changes everything. The feeling in your body may not vanish instantly, but the story you tell yourself about it can begin to change right now. Let's return to the breath, our faithful anchor. As you breathe in a sense of gratitude for this sensitive, wondrous heart of yours. Breathe in appreciation for a spirit that can dream on such a grand scale. Acknowledge the sheer beauty of a soul that can fall in love with places it has never been. And as you breathe out, exhale the story of failure. Exhale the harsh judgment that you should have done more, been more, seen more. Let go of the comparison to others, to the lives you see from the outside. Breathe in self-compassion. Breathe out self-criticism, inhaling the truth of your expansive spirit, exhaling the illusion of your smallness. Notice how this changes the quality of the weight. Perhaps it is still there, but maybe it feels less like a dead weight and more like a potential. A quiet, humming energy. The feeling before a storm breaks, the pressure before a seed sprouts. The weight of unused wings is not a sign that you are broken. It is a sign that you are on the verge of discovering a different kind of flight. The journey you long to take across the earth was just one possible expression of your spirit's desire to expand. But it is not the only one. Those wings were not designed for just one type of sky. They are more versatile than you ever imagined. And tonight, here in the safety and stillness of your own bed, we are preparing for a new maiden flight. Not into the outer world of places and monuments, but into the inner world of presence, peace, and boundless awareness. The wait is not a sentence, it is a promise. It is the promise of a journey that is just beginning. A journey that requires no luggage, no maps, no tickets, only your willingness to believe that your wings are not a source of sorrow, but the very source of your liberation. Now that we have begun to change our relationship with this feeling, transforming it from a burden into a sign of our own expansive heart, we can take the next step. This step is not about forgetting the paths not taken. It's not about pretending they don't exist or didn't matter. It is about honoring them. It is about giving them a final, gentle acknowledgement before we turn our full attention to the path we are actually on. So, in your mind's eye, I invite you to imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast, quiet forest. It is a mystical place, bathed in the soft, silver light of twilight. The air is still and cool, carrying the scent of damp earth and ancient trees. Mist hangs low to the ground, swirling gently around your ankles, giving the whole scene a dreamlike quality. This is the forest of possibilities, and leading into it are not one, but countless paths. Each path disappears into the mist, a faint trail leading into the unknown. These are the paths not taken. Look closely. One path is paved with the cobblestones of that European city you dreamed of. You can almost hear the distant echo of a church bell. Another path is sandy, disappearing toward a shoreline where you can almost taste the salt in the air. A third is a steep, rocky trail leading up a mountain you always wanted to climb. There is a path for every major decision, every road not traveled, every life not lived, the career you didn't choose, the relationship you let go of, the place you decided not to move to. They are all here, stretching out before you, silent and waiting in the mist. In the past, standing here might have filled you with a sense of paralysis or regret, a frantic desire to know what lay at the end of each trail. You might have judged yourself for the path you ended up on, convinced it was the wrong one. But tonight, we will not do that. Tonight, we are here simply to honor. Let us begin a slow, meditative walk along the edge of this forest. We will not be walking down these other paths, but walking alongside them, pausing at the entrance to each one. Let's approach the first one now, the one that represents a significant journey you longed for but never took. Stand before it. See it clearly in your mind. Feel the pull it had on you, the promise it seemed to hold. Acknowledge the part of you that still wonders, that still feels a pang of loss for this experience. Let that feeling be there, and then do something new. Place a hand over your heart and offer a silent word of gratitude to this path. Thank it for the dreams it gave you. Thank it for the way it expanded your imagination and taught you what your heart was capable of longing for. It served a purpose. The dream itself nourished you. It was a beautiful expression of your spirit. It was not a mistake. Having honored it, imagine that you have a small, gentle light in your hand, like a soft, flickering candle flame. Place this light at the entrance to the path. It is not a light of goodbye, but a light of blessing. You are leaving a small piece of your gratitude here, illuminating the beauty of that possibility. And then you turn and continue your walk. We move to the next path. Perhaps this one represents a different choice, a different version of your life. Again, you pause. You acknowledge the reality of this alternative. You honor the person you might have become had you walked this way. You feel whatever grief or curiosity arises without judgment. And again, you offer your gratitude. Thank you, path, for showing me another facet of my own potential. Thank you for the lessons I learned in the simple act of considering you. And you leave another small, gentle light at its entrance before moving on. We continue this slow, graceful procession, path after path, each one representing a choice, a possibility, a dream. For each one, the process is the same. Acknowledge, feel, honor, give thanks, and leave a gentle light of blessing. As you do this, something remarkable begins to happen. The feeling of being haunted by these other lives begins to fade. The desperate need to know what if begins to quiet down. By honoring each path, you are releasing your attachment to it. You are accepting that you could only ever walk one path at a time. The idea that there was a single correct path and that you somehow missed it begins to dissolve. That was always an illusion. There was never a right or wrong. There was only the path you were on and the paths you were not. All of them are part of the vast, intricate map of your existence. Look back now. Behind you is a trail of soft, glowing lights, each one marking a possibility you have blessed and released. It's a beautiful sight. It is not a graveyard of dead dreams, but a constellation of honored potentials. They are no longer pulling at you with the force of regret. They are simply shining with a quiet, peaceful light, woven into the rich tapestry of your life story. Now, turn your attention forward. In front of you, there is one path that is not misty or faint. It is solid and real beneath your feet. It is the path you are on right now. It might not be as glamorous or as exciting as some of the others you imagined. It may have unexpected twists and turns, patches of rough terrain, and stretches of uncertainty. But it is your path. It is the only one that is truly real. It is the one that has been shaped by your actual steps, your real tears, your genuine laughter. It is unrepeatable and unique in all the universe, and it is worthy of your full attention and your deepest love. Take a moment to feel this path beneath you, the solid ground of your present reality. This body, this breath, this bed, this room, this moment. This is your path. And from here, all true journeys begin. Having honored all that could have been, you are now free to fully embrace what is. You can walk your own path, not with the heavy weight of looking back over your shoulder, but with the lightness of a heart that has made peace with its own beautiful, complex, and utterly unique story. Having made peace with the paths not taken, leaving gentle lights of gratitude to mark their beauty, we can now turn our full, loving attention to the path we are on. It is easy to believe that a life without grand voyages is a life without treasures. We are taught to collect passport stamps, photographs from famous landmarks, and souvenirs from exotic markets. We think of these as the primary evidence of a life well lived. But this is a profound misunderstanding of where true value lies. The most precious treasures we collect are not external. They are the moments of profound experience that we gather and store within ourselves. So tonight, let's shift our perspective. Let's stop looking at the empty pages in a passport and instead open the doors to the vast and beautiful museum that already exists within you. Imagine that your memory is not a random collection of thoughts, but a sacred, beautifully curated museum. Its halls are quiet, filled with a soft, warm light. The air inside is peaceful and still. This is the museum of your memory, and you are its sole curator and most honored guest. Let us take a walk through its halls tonight. There are no tickets required. The doors are always open to you. As you step inside, the first gallery you enter is dedicated to the journeys you did take. At first, you might think this gallery is small, perhaps even empty, but look closer. The exhibits here are not necessarily grand voyages to distant lands. They are the small, intimate journeys that make up the fabric of a real life. Here, in a beautifully lit alcove, is an exhibit of a walk you once took in a local park on a perfect autumn afternoon. Remember it? Look at the detail. See the impossible gold of the leaves against the crisp blue sky. Feel the coolness of the air on your cheeks. Hear the crunch of the leaves under your feet. This was a journey into the heart of a season. It was real, and its beauty is preserved here forever. Move to the next exhibit. This one captures a journey you took through a conversation with someone you love. Perhaps you sat together for hours, losing all track of time. Remember the feeling of being truly seen, truly heard. The journey wasn't across land, but across the space between two hearts. Look at the memory, the expression on their face, the sound of their laughter, the feeling of warmth and connection that filled you. This was a destination more profound than any city. Its value is immeasurable. Let's continue our walk. Over here is an exhibit dedicated to a single moment of profound peace. Maybe you were sitting alone with a cup of tea, watching the rain fall outside your window. For a few fleeting seconds, all worry fell away. You were simply present, content, and at ease. This was a journey into the quiet center of your own being. It may have only lasted a minute, but its echo is stored here in your museum, a timeless treasure you can return to again and again. As you wander through these halls, you begin to realize how full they are. This museum is vast. There are entire wings you had forgotten about, a gallery dedicated to the sensory journey of tasting a perfectly ripe piece of fruit, an exhibit showcasing the journey of listening to a piece of music that touched your soul so deeply it brought tears to your eyes, a hall that displays the journey of mastering a small skill, the patient path from fumbling beginner to quiet confidence. There is a room filled with the journeys of laughter, moments of pure, uninhibited joy shared with friends or family. Another room holds the more difficult journeys, the times you navigated grief or overcame a challenge. These exhibits might be darker, more somber, but they radiate a deep, quiet strength. They are proof of your resilience, your courage. They are just as valuable, just as important as the brighter ones. Spend some time with these memories. Don't just glance at them. Step into them. Use your senses. What did you see? What did you hear? What did you smell, or taste, or feel on your skin? What emotions moved through you? These experiences were not lesser than. They were not consolation prizes for the grand tours you didn't take. They are the authentic, bedrock experiences of your life. They are real. The imagined trip to Paris is a beautiful phantom, but the memory of your friend's laughter is solid gold. The dream of seeing the pyramids is a lovely echo, but the feeling of the sun on your face in your own backyard is a living truth. The inner richness you possess is immense. Your museum is a world-class collection, unique in all of history. No one else has this exact collection of moments. It is more precious than all the jewels in all the world's vaults, because it is the story of your one wild and precious life. The regret over not traveling often comes from a feeling of having missed out on collecting experiences. But what if you have simply been collecting a different kind of experience? What if you have been curating a museum of depth rather than breadth? A collection of intimate, sensory, and emotional moments that are just as enriching, if not more so, than a whirlwind tour of famous sites. As you stand now in the central hall of your museum, surrounded by the luminous glow of your own lived experiences, take a deep breath. Feel the richness, the fullness, the completeness of it all. You have not missed out. You have been on a profound journey all along. You have been gathering treasures every single day. The work is not to go out and find more, but to come inside and appreciate the immense wealth you already hold. This museum is your true home, and its greatest masterpiece is the quiet, breathing, living presence that is experiencing it all, right here, right now. Having walked through the sacred halls of your own memory, appreciating the rich collection of experiences you already hold, we arrive at the heart of tonight's metamorphosis. The journey is not over. In fact, it is just beginning. The longing you've always felt to explore the world, the pull of distant horizons, was never wrong. It was a true and accurate instinct. The only misunderstanding was in direction. You were looking at an external map, when the real territory to be discovered has been within you, all along. The central transformation we are undertaking tonight is the shift from exploring the outer world to exploring the inner one. This is not a consolation prize. It is an upgrade. It is a journey into a landscape infinitely more vast, more mysterious, and more rewarding than any piece of geography on a globe. For this journey, you need no transportation, for you are already at the destination. You are the destination. Your very own body and mind are a vast, unexplored continent. Think of it this way. For your entire life, you have been living in a magnificent country, but you have only ever stayed in one small room of one small house. You have been looking out the window, dreaming of other lands, completely unaware of the breathtaking world that exists just beyond your own front door. Tonight, we are going to gently open that door and take the first few steps into the wilderness of your own being. Let's begin with the physical geography. Your body, this vessel that you inhabit, is not just a collection of cells and systems. It is a living landscape. Within you are mountains of resilience, the solid bone and steady muscle that have supported you through every moment of your life. These are the peaks of your endurance, the places of deep, quiet strength you can always rely on. Flowing through this landscape are the great rivers of emotion, the powerful currents of joy, the deep, slow-moving rivers of sorrow, the babbling brooks of contentment. For so long, you may have tried to dam these rivers or divert their course. But tonight, we will learn to see them as natural, life-giving forces that irrigate your inner world. Within you also lie vast forests of thought. Some are sun-dappled and peaceful, filled with creative ideas and gentle memories. Others are dense and dark, thick with worry and tangled undergrowth. The goal is not to clear-cut these forests, but to learn to navigate them with the skill of a seasoned explorer, finding the clearings of peace that always exist. There are hidden caves of deep intuition, sunny meadows of pure awareness, and even volatile volcanoes of old anger. It is all part of your territory. It is all you, and it is all waiting to be explored with kindness and curiosity, not judgment. So, let's begin this exploration now, with a gentle journey through the known world of your physical self. This is a body scan meditation, but let's frame it as a gentle expedition. We are not looking for problems to fix. We are simply mapping the terrain, observing the climate, and getting to know the land. Settle back into that place of deep physical rest we cultivated earlier. Bring your awareness, like a soft, warm beam of light from a lantern, down to the very tips of your toes. This is the southernmost coast of your continent. What do you notice here? Is there warmth, coolness, a tingling sensation, like gentle waves on a shore? Or perhaps there is no sensation at all, just a quiet stillness. Whatever you find is perfect. You are simply observing. You are charting the territory. Now, allow that warm light of your awareness to travel slowly upward, exploring the soles of your feet, the forgotten archipelagos of your metatarsals. This is ancient land, land that has carried you everywhere you've ever been. Just notice the sensations here, the pressure against the bedding, the texture of the air on your skin. You are becoming a connoisseur of subtle sensation. Continue your expedition up into your ankles, those complex, flexible joints. Feel them from the inside out. Then move into the long, vast plains of your shins and the strong, rolling hills of your calf muscles. Spend a moment here. This is a region that can often hold tension from the day's journey. If you find any tightness, simply let the warm light of your awareness illuminate it without any need to force it to change. The light itself is a gentle invitation to release. Your journey continues northward, across the pivotal landscapes of your knees and into the great territories of your thighs. These are the powerful engines of your movement through the world. Allow them to be completely at rest. Feel their weight, their density, their warmth. You are exploring the geology of your own body, layer by layer. The expedition now arrives at the great basin of your hips and pelvis, the center of gravity for your entire continent. This is a place of deep stability and grounding. Rest your awareness here for a few breaths. Feel your connection to the earth, the solid support beneath you. You are anchored. You are safe. From here, your awareness begins to ascend the great, flexible mountain range of your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Travel slowly. Notice the curves, the strength, the way it supports your entire structure. As you ascend, explore the vast, open landscapes of your back muscles on either side. These are the broad plains that can carry so much unseen weight. Let your light shine here, bringing warmth and ease. At the summit of your spine, you reach the high plateaus of your shoulders. Let your awareness spread out from here, flowing down the twin rivers of your arms, all the way to the deltas of your hands and fingers. Your hands are such an expressive, intricate part of your landscape, filled with a dense network of sensory pathways. Feel the life pulsing here, even in stillness. Finally, your expedition reaches the northernmost region, the delicate, expressive landscape of your neck, your face, and your head. Explore the quiet valley of your throat, the soft hills of your cheeks, the serene lake of your brow. Let your awareness rest here, in the control center of your continent, and invite a profound sense of peace to settle over the entire region. You have now completed your first full survey of this inner continent. You have journeyed from the southern coasts to the northern peaks, not with judgment, but with the gentle, loving curiosity of a true explorer. You have begun to create a new map, a map of inner sensation, a map of presence. This is your land. This is your home. And its wonders are just beginning to reveal themselves to you. Having completed our first gentle survey of the vast continent of the body, we can now zoom in, shifting our focus from the grand landscape to the subtle, powerful forces that shape it. An explorer of the outer world might study ocean currents, weather patterns, and tectonic shifts. The explorer of the inner world studies the breath. For the most essential and profound journey of all is happening right now, within you, without any effort. It is the journey of a single breath. We breathe, on average, over 20,000 times a day. 20,000 journeys, largely unnoticed. We take this miracle for granted, this constant, faithful companion that has been with us from the moment of our birth and will stay with us until our very last. Tonight, let's slow down. Let's become connoisseurs of this simple, sacred process. Let's observe the geography of a single breath as if for the first time. There is no need to change your breathing. Don't try to make it deeper or slower. The goal is not to control it, but to witness it, to become intimate with its natural rhythm, just as a sailor becomes intimate with the rhythm of the sea. Let's use a beautiful and ancient metaphor. The breath as an ocean tide. It endlessly arrives, and it endlessly recedes. It brings life-giving oxygen to all your inner shores, and it carries away what is no longer needed. It is the heartbeat of the cosmos, playing out in miniature within the universe of your own body. So, let's follow one tide as it comes in. Bring your awareness to the tip of your nose, the entryway to your inner world. Notice the first subtle sensation as the air enters your nostrils. It might be slightly cooler than the air inside your body. Feel that coolness as it touches the sensitive skin just inside your nose. This is the very beginning of the journey. Now, follow that stream of air as it travels. It moves down the back of your throat, a gentle, invisible river. Can you feel its passage? It flows past your larynx, down into your trachea, and then it splits, branching out like a great river delta into the intricate tree-like structures of your lungs. Imagine this breath, this life force, spreading out into every tiny air sac, the millions of alveoli, like water seeping into fertile soil. At this point, a magical exchange takes place. The oxygen from the air you just breathed in passes through a whisper-thin membrane into your bloodstream. It is a gift, freely given by the world outside you, by the trees, the plankton, the very atmosphere of the planet. In this moment, you are in the most intimate communion with all of life. The boundary between you and the world dissolves. You are breathing in the sky. For a brief moment, there is a pause, a moment of perfect equilibrium. The tide is at its fullest. Your lungs are full. Your body is nourished. This is the still point, the quiet harbor between the in-breath and the out-breath. Can you feel it? It's a space of pure presence, of perfect balance. There is no striving, no wanting. Everything is complete, just for a second. And then, without any command from you, the tide begins to turn. The journey of release begins. The diaphragm softens. Your chest gently falls. The air, now carrying the carbon dioxide your body no longer needs, begins its journey back out. It gathers from the far reaches of your lungs, flowing back through the branching pathways, up through your throat, and finally, it exits your body through your nose or mouth. Notice the sensation of the out-breath. It is often slightly warmer, carrying the heat of your own inner fire. It is a letting go, a surrender, a returning of your gift to the world. Let's follow this cycle a few more times, in silence. The cool air entering, the journey down into the lungs, the sacred pause at the peak, and the warm air leaving, the gentle release, the return to stillness. Each breath is a complete journey. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It is a perfect, self-contained story of receiving and letting go. Inhaling is an act of nourishment, of taking in the world, of saying yes to life. Exhaling is an act of cleansing, of release, of surrender. both are equally important. Both are essential for balance. It is a profound realization to understand that this most essential journey is always happening right now, in this very moment. You do not need to book a ticket, pack a bag, or even leave your bed to experience a journey of immense significance. You just need to pay attention to the tide of your own breath. When the mind feels scattered, pulled in 1,000 directions by the ghosts of the past or anxieties about the future, the breath is always there to be your anchor. It is the harbor of the present moment. By focusing on the simple physical sensations of this tide, the coolness at the nose, the rise of the belly, the warmth of the exhale, you bring yourself home. You return from the imagined journeys of regret and land squarely on the shores of the only reality that ever truly exists. This one, right here, right now. There is a universe of experience in a single breath, if we only take the time to explore it. It is a landscape of constant change, of rhythm, of life itself. It asks nothing of you but your gentle, non-judgmental awareness. As you continue to rest here, preparing for sleep, let the simple, soothing rhythm of your own breathing be your guide. Let it be the gentle lullaby that carries you into the deeper ocean of rest. Each wave of breath is a reminder that you are alive, you are whole, and you are already on the most important journey you will ever take. As we rest here, anchored in the gentle, rhythmic tide of the breath, we become more attuned to the subtle climate of our inner world. Just as the earth has its weather patterns, sunshine, rain, clouds, and storms, so too does our inner landscape. Our emotions are the weather of the heart. For so long, we may have treated our emotional weather as a problem to be solved. We chase after the sunshine of happiness and run for cover from the clouds of sorrow. We fight against the winds of anger and try to suppress the fog of confusion. We believe that the ideal inner state is one of perpetual sunshine, a calm, clear, perfect day. But any farmer or sailor knows that this is not how nature works. Nature needs it all. The rain is just as necessary as the sun. The clouds provide shade and relief. Even the storms can clear the air and bring forth new life. The weather is not personal. It is not a punishment or a reward. It is simply the natural, ever-changing expression of a living system. Tonight, let us begin to relate to our emotions in the same way. Let's frame them not as personal failings or successes, but as natural weather patterns moving through the vast, open sky of our awareness. Let's consider the feeling we began with, the ache of regret, the sorrow of paths not taken. See this feeling now, not as a flaw in your character, but as a cloud formation. Perhaps it is a formation of heavy gray rain clouds that have been lingering on your inner horizon for a very long time. They have obscured the sun and cast a shadow over your landscape. Our instinct is to try to blow the clouds away, to fight them, to yell at them for being there. But you cannot fight the weather. The more you resist, the more turbulent the atmosphere becomes. So what can we do? We can do what the sky does. The sky does not fight the clouds. The sky simply allows them to be there. It holds them. The sky knows that it is vaster than any cloud, bigger than any storm. The clouds are just temporary visitors passing through. Behind them and all around them, the vast, clear, blue sky of your true nature remains untouched, unchanged, and ever present. You are not the clouds. You are the sky. This is one of the most liberating discoveries we can make on our inner journey. You are the awareness in which all emotions, all weather, arises and passes away. So let's practice this right now. Bring to mind, gently, the feeling of regret. Allow the clouds of sorrow to gather in your inner landscape. Don't push them away. Don't invite them to stay forever either. Just observe them. Notice their shape, their texture, their color. Notice the sensations they create in your body. The heaviness in the chest, the tightness in the throat. Observe this weather pattern with the detached, gentle curiosity of a meteorologist. You are simply gathering data. Ah, you can say to yourself, here is the weather pattern called regret. How fascinating. It feels like this today. By observing without resistance, you create space. You begin to feel that you are the observer, not the observed. You are the sky, not the cloud. And in that space, the cloud loses its power over you. It is no longer all-consuming. It is just one phenomenon in a much larger landscape. And you know, with a deep, quiet certainty, that this weather, like all weather, will eventually pass. The clouds will drift. They will change shape. They will thin out. And eventually, the sun will shine through again. It always does. This practice works for all emotional weather. When a sudden storm of anger flashes through you, you can learn to observe the lightning without becoming the electricity. You can feel the thunder without being shattered by the sound. You are the vast, silent space in which the storm happens. When a thick fog of confusion or uncertainty rolls in, making it hard to see the path ahead, you don't have to panic and run blindly. You can learn to be still, to wait, to trust that the fog is a temporary condition. You can cultivate the inner stillness that allows all emotional weather to pass. You become a calm harbor where the ships of your thoughts and feelings can rest safely, no matter how turbulent the sea outside. This doesn't mean you become unfeeling or detached. On the contrary, you become more capable of feeling everything because you are no longer afraid of the weather. You know that you are the sky, and you can hold it all. You can appreciate the beauty of a dramatic, stormy sky, just as you appreciate a clear, sunny one. You can feel the cleansing power of a good rain of tears. You can feel the invigorating energy in the wind of excitement. You learn to honor and respect the entire climate of your being. As you lie here, drifting closer to sleep, perhaps you can sense the weather in your heart right now. Is it calm? Is it breezy? Are there some lingering clouds? Whatever it is, just let it be. Hold it all in the vast, loving, accepting sky of your awareness. There is nothing you need to fix. There is no weather you need to change. Your only task is to be the sky, to be the open, spacious presence that allows everything to come and go. And in this deep acceptance, a profound peace begins to dawn. It's not the peace of a life without storms. It is the peace of the sky that is vast enough to hold them all. This is true resilience. This is true inner freedom. And it is a landscape you can learn to call home. As we learn to be the sky for our own emotional weather, holding every cloud and every storm in a vast, compassionate space, another profound shift begins to occur. We start to see that even the most difficult weather patterns leave something of value behind. A great storm can leave the air feeling fresh and clean. A long, soaking rain nourishes the earth, allowing new life to grow. In the same way, every experience we have, especially the challenging ones, leaves behind a souvenir. When we think of souvenirs from a journey, we usually picture physical objects, a postcard, a small trinket, a piece of local craft. We display them on a shelf to remind us of where we've been. But the souvenirs of the inner journey are different. They are not objects you can hold in your hand. They are luminous qualities that become integrated into the very fabric of your being. They are the wisdom, the compassion, and the strength that you have earned through your lived experience. Let's reframe the contents of our lives in this way. Every joy, every sorrow, every success, every failure has given you a gift, a precious souvenir to add to your inner collection. Consider the experiences you have labeled as failures or mistakes. The job you didn't get, the project that didn't work out, the relationship that ended in pain. For a long time, you may have carried these memories like heavy, jagged rocks in your pocket, a constant, uncomfortable reminder of your shortcomings. But what if we could see them differently? What if we could see that hidden within each of those difficult experiences was a luminous souvenir? That job you didn't get. Perhaps the souvenir it left behind was resilience. You learned that you could face disappointment and survive, that you could pick yourself up and try again. That difficult project, perhaps its souvenir was humility, the profound understanding that you don't have to be perfect, that it's okay to be a work in progress. That painful breakup. Maybe, after the storm of grief passed, you found it had left behind the most precious souvenir of all, a deeper capacity for compassion, both for yourself and for others who are in pain. You learned the geography of heartbreak, and now you can be a gentle guide for others who are lost in that same territory. These are not just intellectual ideas. Let's make this a felt experience. I invite you now to bring to mind one specific memory that you have long considered a source of regret or pain. Not the biggest one, just a gentle one to start with. Hold it in your awareness, but this time, instead of focusing on the pain or the story of what went wrong, ask a gentle question. What souvenir did this experience leave me? What quality did I gain from this? Be patient. The answer may not come in words. It might be a feeling, an image, a color. Perhaps you'll feel a quiet strength settle in your bones, a souvenir of resilience, or a softness around your heart, a souvenir of compassion. Maybe you'll sense a clear, bright light in your mind, a souvenir of wisdom, a lesson learned that you have carried with you ever since. Whatever it is, see if you can visualize this quality not as an abstract concept, but as a luminous object. Perhaps your resilience is a smooth, solid, unshakable riverstone. Maybe your compassion is a soft, warm, glowing pearl. Your wisdom could be a perfectly clear, multifaceted crystal. Imagine holding this beautiful souvenir in the palm of your hand. Feel its texture, its weight, its temperature. This is not something you lost. This is something you gained. This is the treasure that was hidden inside the challenge. Now, in your mind's eye, place this luminous souvenir on a shelf in your inner museum, the one we visited earlier. Place it in a place of honor. It is not a trophy of victory, but a sacred memento of your journey. It is proof that nothing is ever truly wasted. Every single step of your path, even the ones that felt like missteps, has contributed to the richness of your unique collection. Let's try another. Think of a time you felt limited, stuck, unable to pursue a dream like traveling. The experience itself was painful, But what was its souvenir? Perhaps it taught you the art of finding beauty in the small and the nearby. Maybe it cultivated a deep well of patience within you. Or perhaps it gifted you with a rich inner life, a powerful imagination that has become a source of great comfort and creativity. Find the luminous quality that this limitation gave you. Visualize it. Maybe your appreciation for simple beauty is a perfectly formed seashell, intricate and lovely. Maybe your patience is a deep, still pool of water. Your imagination could be a vibrant, ever-changing kaleidoscope. Honor this souvenir. Thank the experience for the gift it brought you, even though it came wrapped in hardship. And place this too in a place of honor in your inner museum. As you continue this practice, a new kind of gratitude begins to bloom in your heart. It's not just gratitude for the good times, the easy parts of the journey. It is a profound, all-encompassing gratitude for the richness of your whole life. You begin to see that your unique collection of souvenirs has shaped you into the person you are today. Your specific blend of strength, compassion, wisdom, and patience is unlike anyone else's. It is your personal masterpiece, sculpted by your personal journey. As you drift towards sleep, allow a feeling of gentle gratitude to wash over you. Gratitude for the whole, complex, messy, beautiful story. Gratitude for every souvenir you have collected, the bright and the dark. They are all part of your wealth. They are all part of your beauty. You are not a person defined by what you have missed. You are a person enriched by everything you have lived. And your collection is vast, and it is priceless. As we rest in this state of deep gratitude for the rich collection of souvenirs gathered on our journey, our perspective continues to shift and expand. We began by mourning the places on the map we never visited. But what if the greatest destinations are not places at all? What if the most profound journeys we take are not across land or sea, but into the heart of another? Tonight, let us shift our focus from the geography of the earth to the cosmology of connection. Imagine that your inner sky, the vast open awareness we spoke of earlier, is not empty. Imagine it is filled with constellations. But these are not distant, cold stars made of burning gas. These constellations are made of the people who have illuminated your life. Each person who has touched your heart, a family member, a dear friend, a beloved partner, a kind stranger, even a cherished pet, shines as a point of light in your inner firmament. Some stars are brilliant and close, like suns that warm your entire being. These are the central figures in your life, the connections that have shaped you most profoundly. Others are smaller, more distant stars, perhaps representing a teacher from long ago, or a neighbor who showed you a kindness you never forgot. Some are part of bright, familiar clusters, your family, your closest friends. Others might be solitary, wandering stars, people who entered your life for only a brief season, but left an indelible trail of light. Take a moment now, in the quiet of this deepening relaxation, to gaze up at your inner sky. Let these faces, these beings, appear as gentle points of light. There is no need to strive or force it. Just allow them to emerge naturally. The friend whose laughter can always make you feel better. The parent whose steady love has been a constant anchor. The child whose wonder reminds you to see the world with fresh eyes. The partner who has witnessed your journey and loved you through it all. Each one is a star in your personal constellation. As you see them, you realize that every moment of true connection you have ever experienced was a destination in itself. Think of a time you felt truly understood by someone. That moment of meeting, of resonance, was a journey. You traveled from a place of isolation to a place of belonging. You arrived in the safe harbor of another's empathy. That is a destination more precious than any city. Remember a time you shared a moment of pure, uncomplicated joy with someone. Perhaps it was a simple meal, a walk, a shared silence. In that moment, you traveled to a place of shared happiness, a luminous island in the stream of time. That shared laughter was a landmark more memorable than any monument. Recall a time someone supported you through a difficulty. They didn't solve your problems, but they sat with you in the darkness. Their presence was a light. In that moment, you journeyed from despair to hope. You reached the warm shelter of their care. This, too, was a sacred place, a holy ground. These are the real voyages. They are not measured in miles, but in moments of authentic human connection. They are the journeys that truly shape our inner landscape. The regret of not traveling often masks a deeper fear, the fear of a life that is small, isolated, and insignificant. But when you look up at the constellations in your inner sky, you see the undeniable truth. Your life has not been small. It has been vast, filled with cosmic connections and celestial light. Your heart has been a crossroads, a meeting place for so many other beautiful souls. Let's deepen this feeling now. Choose one of those stars in your inner sky, one person whose light feels particularly warm and comforting to you tonight. Bring their face to mind. See their smile. Hear the sound of their voice. And now, feel the love and appreciation you have for them. Let that feeling gather in your heart center. Imagine it as a soft, warm, golden light. With your next breath, allow this light to expand, filling your entire chest. With the breath after that, feel it spreading down into your belly and your legs, all the way to your toes. And with the next breath, feel it flowing up into your shoulders, down your arms, to your fingertips, and up into your head. Allow the warmth and light of this single, cherished connection to fill your entire body. Let it soothe every cell. Let it ease any remaining tension. You are not just remembering this connection, you are embodying it. You are feeling its warmth as a present physical reality. The love you feel for others is not separate from you. It is a part of your own energy, your own light. Now, you can extend this. Think of another star, another beloved person. Add their light to the mix. Feel the golden warmth in your body grow even brighter, even more expansive. Add another and another. Let the light of all your constellations, all your connections, merge and mingle within you. Feel your body becoming a vessel of this collective warmth, this beautiful, interconnected light. You are not an isolated island. You are a star in a vast and loving galaxy. You are held in a web of connection that transcends time and space. The love you have given and the love you have received are the true coordinates of your life's journey. They are the fixed points by which you can always navigate. As you drift deeper and deeper into relaxation, let this feeling of warmth and connection be your blanket. There is no need to yearn for distant shores when your own being is a harbor for so much love. There is no need to regret the journeys not taken when you have already traveled so deeply into the hearts of others. Let the light of these inner stars guide you now into the peaceful, quiet country of sleep. You are loved. You are connected. You are home. Bathing in the warm, golden light of your connections, held in the beautiful constellations of your inner sky, you are now ready for one of the final and most liberating steps of this journey. For years, perhaps for decades, you have been carrying heavy luggage. It's luggage you may not have even realized you were holding. Its weight has become so familiar, so normal. This is the luggage of expectation, the heavy bags of should-haves and could-haves. Tonight, in the safety and deep peace of this present moment, we are finally going to unpack them. Imagine, in the quiet space of your mind, that you are in a calm, serene room. The light is soft, the air is still, and there, sitting before you, is this old, familiar luggage. There might be a large, heavy suitcase labeled, "My life should have looked different." There could be a worn-out duffel bag called, "Things I should have done by now." Maybe there's a small, dense carry-on filled with other people's expectations. This luggage is scuffed and battered from being dragged along on every step of your journey. Its weight has been slowing you down, exhausting your spirit, and keeping you tethered to a past that cannot be changed. But tonight, we are not dragging it anywhere else. We are simply stopping. We are going to open the latches. Let's begin with the largest suitcase. My life should have looked different. Kneel down and gently, without force, click open the latches. The lid creaks open. What's inside? It's not clothes or shoes. It's filled with tightly folded, heavy thoughts. Let's take them out, one by one. Here, at the top, is a heavy, dark sweater. This is the thought. I should have traveled the world when I was younger. Take it out of the suitcase. Hold it in your hands. Feel its weight, its texture. For so long, you have believed this thought to be a fundamental truth, a part of who you are. But tonight, just observe it as an object, a piece of clothing you have been carrying. Thank it for the dream it represented, the beautiful longing for adventure. And then, as you hold it, watch as it begins to transform. The heavy, dark wool starts to shimmer and dissolve, turning into soft, weightless light, which then floats up and disappears into the air. You feel a little lighter already. Let's reach in again. This time, you pull out a pair of heavy, leaden shoes. This is the thought. I should have been more adventurous, more fearless. Feel the impossible weight of these shoes. They were never designed for walking, only for holding you in place with the burden of self-criticism. Acknowledge the part of you that wished for more courage. Honor that desire. And then, watch as these heavy shoes also begin to glow, dissolving into shimmering particles of light that vanish into the quiet room. Another weight is gone. One by one, we continue to unpack this suitcase. Out comes the thought, my career should be more impressive. It dissolves. My home should be somewhere else. It dissolves. I should have the same stories to tell as everyone else. Watch it turn to light and float away. With each thought you release, you can feel a corresponding lightness in your own body, a release of tension in your shoulders, a softening in your jaw, a deeper, easier breath. You are literally unburdening yourself. Now, let's turn to the duffel bag. Things I should have done by now. This one is stuffed with timelines and deadlines that you imposed on yourself, or that you absorbed from the world around you. Unzip it. The contents rustle like dry, brittle paper. You pull out an old, faded map. This is the map of the life you were supposed to live, with all its prescribed routes and scheduled stops. Look at it. See the path that says, married by this age, successful by that age, retired by this age. It was a map drawn by someone else, for someone else. It was never your true map. Fold it up gently. It has caused enough pain. And as you hold it, it too begins to dissolve, turning not into light, but into soft, gentle confetti that drifts to the floor and vanishes. There are other things in this bag, ticking clocks that represent the feeling of running out of time, heavy calendars with circled dates that have long since passed. One by one, take them out, acknowledge the pressure they represented, and let them all dissolve into nothingness. Time is not your enemy. It is simply the river in which you are floating. You are exactly where you need to be. Finally, there is the small, dense carry-on of other people's expectations. This one may be the heaviest of all for its size. Open it. Inside are the voices of parents, of teachers, of society, the shoulds and should-nots you inherited. You should be more practical. You shouldn't want such strange things. You should settle down. These voices are not your own. They are echoes, recorded long ago. As you take each one out, you don't need to argue with it or even forgive it. You simply recognize it as not mine. And with that simple recognition, each voice becomes a puff of smoke, a silent whisper that dissolves into the peaceful air of the room. It has no more power over you. Look now. The luggage is empty. All that remains are empty containers, hollowed out shells of a burden you no longer carry. And even these begin to fade, becoming translucent and then disappearing entirely. You are left sitting in this quiet, peaceful room with nothing. And this nothing is not an emptiness. It is an openness. It is freedom. Feel the physical sensation of this release in your body, a sense of space in your chest, a lightness in your limbs, a quiet in your mind. You are no longer defined by the journeys you didn't take or the life you didn't live. You are simply here, present, unburdened, ready to experience your life as it is, not as you think it should be. This is the ultimate arrival, the arrival into the beautiful, unburdened truth of your own being. Having unpacked the heavy bags of expectation, having let go of the weight of a life that should have been, you are now standing in a place of profound lightness and freedom. The journey is nearing its end for tonight, and like any great journey, it concludes not with more striving, but with a deep and satisfying sense of arrival. All night, we have been traveling inward through memory, through emotion, through connection. And now, we guide the mind to its final destination for the night, the safe, calm harbor of the present moment. This is not a place you have to search for. You don't need a map or a compass to find it. You are already here. It has been waiting for you, patiently, beneath all the layers of thought and worry. The journey now is simply one of noticing, of realizing, of settling into the peace that is already your own. Let your awareness, which has been soaring through inner skies and exploring vast inner landscapes, now come to rest, gently, right here in your own body, in this bed, in this room. Let's explore this harbor with our senses, for it is through our senses that we anchor ourselves most firmly in the now. First, feel the sensation of the surface beneath you, the mattress, the sheets. Feel their texture, their temperature. This is the solid ground of your harbor. It is holding you completely. You don't need to hold yourself. You can surrender your full weight to its support. Feel the immense relief in this surrender. This is the feeling of being held. This is the feeling of safety. Now, bring your attention to the blankets or covers over you. Notice their gentle weight upon your body. It's not a heavy, burdensome weight like the luggage we just unpacked. It is a comforting, grounding weight. A gentle pressure that lets your nervous system know it can relax, that it is protected. Think of it as a soft, warm anchor holding you gently in place in this peaceful harbor, preventing you from drifting back out into the turbulent seas of thought. Now, listen. What are the sounds of your harbor? Perhaps there is a deep and profound silence. If so, listen to the silence itself. It is not an emptiness. It is full of presence, of peace. Perhaps you can hear the faint, ambient sounds of your home, the hum of an appliance, the creak of the house settling. Or maybe you can hear sounds from outside, the distant whisper of traffic, the gentle sigh of the wind. Do not label these sounds as good or bad, as distracting or soothing. Just let them be the auditory landscape of your present moment. They are the harbor bells, the gentle sounds that confirm you are right here, right now. Let them wash over you without resistance. They are part of the symphony of this moment. Even your own gentle breathing is a sound in this harbor. Listen to it. It is the most soothing sound in the world, the rhythm of your own life force. What can you feel on your skin? Notice the temperature of the air, the places where your skin is cool, and the places where it is warm beneath the blankets. Feel the soft texture of your pajamas, or the sheet against your cheek or your arms. These simple, direct sensations are powerful anchors. They cannot exist in the past or the future. They exist only in the now. By resting your attention on them, you tether yourself to the reality of this moment, this safe and peaceful place. The mind may still try to pull you away. A thought about tomorrow might arise, like a small boat trying to leave the harbor. A memory from yesterday might surface, like a piece of driftwood floating by. This is normal. This is what minds do. You don't have to get angry or frustrated. Simply notice the thought, and then gently, lovingly, guide your attention back to one of your anchors. Back to the feeling of the blankets. Back to the sound of your own breathing. Back to the sensation of the mattress supporting you. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your ability to rest in the present. You are practicing the art of arrival. The great transformation of this entire journey has been about this one simple shift. The shift from striving to arriving. The shift from seeking to finding. The shift from wanting to be somewhere else to being fully, completely, and peacefully right here. You are not striving to get to sleep. You are arriving in a state of deep rest from which sleep can naturally arise. You are not trying to escape your life. You are arriving so fully within it that you find a peace you never thought possible. You are here. This is it. There is nowhere else you need to go. There is nothing else you need to achieve. The frantic search is over. You have arrived in the only place you were ever truly seeking. The simple, profound peace of your own being in the present moment. Feel this sense of arrival permeate your entire body, a deep letting go, a final, complete exhalation of all effort. Your body knows this place. It is your natural state. Rest, calm, peace. Let this feeling be your final destination for the waking part of your night. You can set down all your maps, all your guidebooks, all your itineraries. The harbor is calm. The ship is moored. The crew, your busy, thinking mind, can finally take its rest. You have navigated the waters of memory and regret, and you have brought yourself home. Welcome. Welcome to the quiet, peaceful, and utterly safe harbor of right now. Rest here. You have earned it. Here in the calm harbor of the present moment, a final, gentle dissolving can now take place. All night, we have been working with maps. We began with the Ghost Atlas, the shimmering, regret-filled map of places we long to see. We journeyed through the inner maps of the body, the emotions, and our connections. We unpacked the heavy, folded maps of expectation. These maps were useful guides. They helped us navigate our way here, to this place of peace. But now, anchored safely in the harbor, we no longer need them. Their purpose is fulfilled. It is time to let them go. The voice you are hearing now will begin to slow. The pauses between the words will grow longer. This is an invitation for your conscious, thinking mind to release its hold, to soften its focus, and to begin its own gentle drift into the quiet ocean of rest. As you lie here, in this profound state of stillness, imagine the last vestiges of the Ghost Atlas. See its translucent pages, its beautiful, phantom coastlines and cities. For so long, it was a source of pain. Tonight, we have learned to see its beauty, to honor the dreams it represented. And now, we can let it go completely. Watch as the edges of the atlas begin to curl and soften. The ink of its imagined roads begins to fade. The pages become more and more transparent, like ice melting in the spring sun. It doesn't vanish in a violent way. It simply dissolves. It dissolves into the quiet light of your own awareness. It is not being destroyed. It is being reabsorbed into the source from which it came, your own creative, wondrous mind. The longing it represented has been transformed into presence. The regret it held has been transformed into gratitude. There is nothing left for it to do, so you let it dissolve completely and peacefully. And with its dissolving, a final layer of subtle tension you didn't even know you were holding is released. The need to compare your life to an imagined ideal is gone. The gentle, persistent ache of what if finally falls silent. And now, all the other maps we have used tonight can also dissolve. The detailed map of your inner body, which helped you to feel present and grounded. You no longer need to focus on it so intently. You can let it fade, leaving just the simple, unified feeling of your whole body resting as one. The emotional weather map with its clouds and storms. Let that dissolve too. You have learned the wisdom of being the sky, and now you can simply be, without needing to name or chart the weather that passes through. The celestial map of your connections, with its beautiful shining stars. Let that too soften and merge into a single, encompassing feeling of warmth and love. You don't need to see the individual stars anymore. You can just rest in the gentle glow of the entire galaxy. All maps, all concepts, all labels are tools for the waking mind. As you prepare for sleep, you are preparing to enter a realm that is beyond maps, beyond words, beyond concepts. The territory of sleep is a seamless, edgeless ocean. And to enter it, you must let go of the shore. You must let go of the need to navigate. You must trust the current. To help you in this final letting go, we will use a soft, gentle mantra, a few simple words to be repeated silently in your own heart, like a soft, rhythmic drumbeat guiding you deeper into tranquility. You can repeat them with the rhythm of your own breathing. As you breathe in, the first part. As you breathe out, the second. The words are these: my journey is my own. My peace is right here. Breathing in, my journey is my own. Breathing out, my peace is right here. Let these words be the last conscious thought you hold. Let them wash over you. My journey is my own. This phrase is the final, gentle release of all comparison. It is the ultimate acceptance of your unique, unrepeatable path. It honors every step you have taken and every step you have not. It is a declaration of peace with your own beautiful, imperfect story. My peace is right here. This phrase is the final anchor in the harbor of the now. It affirms that you don't need to go anywhere else, achieve anything else, or be anyone else to find peace. Peace is not a distant destination. It is the very ground of your being, accessible in this very moment, in this very breath. My journey is my own. My peace is right here. Feel the truth of these words resonating in your body. Feel them in the quiet stillness of your mind. There is nothing to struggle against anymore. There is nothing to regret. There is nothing to figure out. All that is left is this simple, profound reality. Your journey, your peace, right here, right now. Continue to breathe with these words as the sound of my voice fades into the background. Let them become your own. Let them be the gentle, rocking motion that carries your boat out of the harbor and into the deep, quiet, boundless ocean of sleep. My journey is my own. My peace is right here. As the gentle mantra dissolves into the quiet rhythm of your breathing, you begin to drift. The harbor of the present moment gives way to the vast, open ocean of the subconscious. You are entering the quiet continent of sleep. We often think of sleep as a blank space, an absence of activity, a simple shutting down. But it is not an absence. It is a journey. It is a nightly migration into a different state of being, as essential and mysterious as the great animal migrations that cross the earth. You are embarking on the most ancient and necessary journey of all, the journey into rest and restoration. Do not think of this as falling. Think of it as a gentle, supported descent. Imagine yourself as a single, soft feather, released from a great height, floating and turning in the still air, slowly, peacefully, making its way down to the soft earth below. There is no rush. There is no impact. There is only a graceful, effortless surrender to the gentle pull of gravity, the gentle pull of rest. The darkness that surrounds you now is not an emptiness to be feared. It is the rich, dark, fertile soil of the psyche. All day long, you have been a plant in the sun, reaching, growing, producing. Now is the time to be a seed again, to rest in the nourishing darkness of the soil. It is here, in this quiet, unseen place, that the seeds of the day's experiences can finally settle. It is here that the complex work of integration and healing takes place. Your brain, far from being inactive, is now undertaking its sacred nightly tasks. It is cleaning itself, washing away the metabolic debris of a day of thinking, like a gentle night rain cleansing the streets of a city. It is consolidating memory, taking the important experiences of the day and weaving them into the long-term tapestry of who you are. The unimportant details are allowed to drift away. It is a process of pruning and strengthening of making sense of your story. Your body is also on a profound journey of restoration. Your muscles, which have carried you through the day, are now repairing themselves, releasing deep-held tension. Your heart rate slows. Your blood pressure lowers. Your entire system shifts from a mode of doing to a mode of being, a mode of profound healing. This is a metamorphosis that happens every single night. You enter sleep as one being, and you emerge in the morning subtly, imperceptibly changed, renewed, restored, reborn. The beauty of this journey is that it requires no effort from you. You do not have to manage it. You do not have to direct it. You simply have to allow it. Your only task is to trust in this ancient, intelligent process. Trust that your body knows exactly how to heal itself. Trust that your mind knows exactly how to sort and integrate your experiences. You are surrendering to a wisdom that is far older and far deeper than your conscious thinking mind. It is the wisdom of life itself, the same intelligence that tells the tides when to turn and the seasons when to change. This nightly metamorphosis is your birthright. It is nature's greatest gift of renewal. So let go of any lingering need to control. Release the last vestiges of the doer, the thinker, the planner. Let that part of you go to sleep. Allow yourself to be the soil, the seed, the darkness. Allow yourself to be the raw material that is being gently and lovingly reshaped and renewed. There is a deep peace in this surrender, a profound relief in letting go of the reins and trusting in the journey. The regret you felt about not exploring the outer world was a longing for newness, for transformation, for a change of scenery. But here, in the quiet continent of sleep, the most profound transformation of all is taking place. The scenery of your own inner world is being reshuffled and renewed. You are traveling through landscapes of dream and memory, far beyond the reach of any airplane or ship. Every night, you are an intrepid explorer of your own deep consciousness. Every night, you journey to the source of your own being and drink from the well of restoration. This is not a lesser journey. This is the primary journey. Without this nightly pilgrimage into the quiet, dark continent of sleep, no other journey would be possible. So honor this process, welcome it, surrender to it with the same sense of wonder you might feel when standing at the edge of a great, unexplored wilderness. For that is what you are doing. You are stepping into the wild, mysterious, and deeply healing landscape of your own nightly metamorphosis. Trust the darkness. Trust the quiet. Trust the profound and silent work that is happening within you right now. You are being remade. You are being restored. You are on the most important journey of all. As you surrender to the quiet continent of sleep, the last traces of a guided journey begin to dissolve. The narrative voice you have been following becomes just another sound in the harbor, fading into the gentle distance. The journey now transforms from a guided meditation into a gentle, solitary drift on the quiet, boundless ocean of consciousness. You are no longer navigating. You are simply floating, being carried, being held. Imagine the feeling of floating in perfectly still, warm water. The water supports you completely. There is no effort required to stay afloat. The boundary between your body and the water begins to soften, to blur. It becomes difficult to tell where you end and where the water begins. You are part of the vast, gentle element that holds you. There is a profound sense of peace in this merging. this dissolving of boundaries. The small, separate self, with all its worries and regrets, gently melts away, becoming one with the quiet, expansive consciousness that contains everything. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Feel this sense of being held. It is the feeling of the universe cradling you. The darkness is not empty. It is a soft, velvet blanket wrapped around you. The silence is not an absence of sound. It is a presence, a deep, resonant hum of pure being. You are safe here. You are home here. There is nothing to do, nothing to be, nothing to become. You can simply rest in the fundamental truth of your own existence, before all the stories, before all the labels, before all the journeys. You are simply awareness, floating in a sea of peace. And here, in this boundless inner space, a final, beautiful truth can dawn. The journeys you longed to take were not just about seeing new places. They were about experiencing a sense of freedom, of expansion, of limitless possibility. And that is precisely what is available to you now in the world of dreams. Dreams are the ultimate undiscovered country. In your dreams, there are no limitations. There are no passports required, no tickets to buy, no physical laws to obey. You can fly without wings. You can breathe underwater. You can walk through walls. You can visit landscapes woven from pure imagination, more strange and beautiful than any place on earth. You can converse with people you have never met and revisit those you have lost. The world of dreams is the realm of the soul's infinite creativity. It is your own private universe, where you are the dreamer, the creator, and the explorer all at once. So do not feel that your journeys are over. They are simply continuing in a different dimension. The part of you that yearns for adventure, that longs to explore, is not being denied. It is being given an infinite canvas on which to play. Perhaps tonight, you will dream of that city with the cobblestone streets. Perhaps you will walk that distant shoreline. Perhaps you will climb that impossible mountain. In the world of dreams, all the maps in the Ghost Atlas are real. All the paths not taken are open for you to explore. And so, the journey comes full circle. The longing that began as a source of pain is revealed to be the very engine of your own limitless inner world. Your capacity to dream of other places is your passport to the infinite landscapes of the mind. Let this be the final, comforting thought you hold as you drift away. All journeys continue. Nothing is ever truly lost. Every desire, every dream, every possibility is held safely within the vastness of your own consciousness, waiting to be explored in the boundless world of sleep and dreams. So float now. Drift on this quiet ocean. Let the gentle currents carry you wherever they may. There is no destination to reach, for you are already part of the whole. You are peace. You are rest. You are the dreamer, about to embark on a journey with no limits. And all is well.